Welcome to the RYOBI garage door opener installation video. Before we get started, here's a list of tools you'll need to complete this project. Some parts of the installation will also require the help of a friend. If this is a replacement garage door opener, you'll want to remove the parts from your old garage door opener. First, make sure the garage door is closed, then unplug the garage door opener from its power source. Now you can disassemble the arm assembly. Take off the door bracket unless otherwise specified by your garage door manufacturer. Dismount the garage door opener from the ceiling and rest it on the ground. Pull out the clevis pin from the header bracket to remove the rail assembly. Then remove the header bracket. Disconnect and remove the safety sensors, inside and outside wall controls. Step 1. Assembling the rails. Before we get started, open up the RYOBI garage door opener box and take out the different parts, pieces, and hardware that you will need for installation. Make sure that all the items on the loose parts list are included. Do not use this product if any parts on the list are already assembled to your product when you unpack it. Please note that the enclosed hardware is for aluminum doors only. Wooden garage doors may require extra hardware you can get from the Home Depot. For this first step, you'll want to locate the rails, the 3 sleeves, the front brace, and the outer trolley. Cut the zip tie from the rail and pulley. Then you can pull the bolt assembly and belt out, so the belt lays easily into the rails so you can assemble them. Next, slide the outer trolley into the assembly until you hear it click into position. Then slide the end rail into the first sleeve until it makes contact with the stopper. If it doesn't fit by hand, gently tap it into place with a rubber mallet. Be careful not to pinch or damage the belt. Now slide the second rail, next sleeve, third and fourth rail into place, being careful to make sure the belt stays inside the rails. Step 2. Adjusting the belt tension. After the sleeves and rails are connected, slide the pulley down the track towards the end of the rail. Take the tension spring and nut off of the pulley rod by turning it counterclockwise. Insert the front brace into the rail assembly. It will click into place. Slide the pulley toward the brace and put the pulley rod through the hole in the brace. Put the spring and the nut back onto the pulley rod, tightening them into position. Grab your socket wrench and tighten until the base of the nut is in line with the edge of the front brace. Now move the carriage assembly down about 1 foot. Step 3. Attaching the rail assembly to the power head. Before we start this step, be sure to place the power head on a towel or packaging material from the box with the light facing down. Insert the sprocket on the top of the motor shaft on the power head with the round side of the sprocket facing up. Next, hold the rail assembly above the power head and gently lower the end rail onto the motor shaft. You may need to wiggle the assembly a bit until it slips into place. Prop the other end of the rail to level the assembly. Take the 2 brackets and put them over the bolt threads that are sticking up. Then secure them in place with the small nuts and your socket wrench. Be careful not to over-tighten the nuts, as this could damage the sheet metal cover. Step 4. Checking the condition of the door and spring. Before we move on, you'll need to check the condition of your garage door to make sure it can be installed safely. First, remove any ropes that may be attached to your garage door and make sure it's unlocked. Then, move it up and down a few times while keeping an eye out for any issues. Look for any places where the door sticks or binds. It should also close securely against the ground, with the whole door making contact with the floor at the same time. Finally, make sure the door can stay open under its own weight without falling back down. If you notice any of these issues, it means you might have a problem with your torsion or extension springs. Do not attempt to adjust the spring yourself. Have a qualified Home Depot specialist fix your door before attempting installation. An unbalanced or damaged garage door may not reverse on command. The door must be balanced and moved smoothly. Step 5. Installing the header bracket. Now that you've made sure your garage door is in good shape, we can continue with the installation process. Keep in mind that it takes a lot of force to raise and lower a garage door. It's important to make sure that you install the header bracket onto a strong, sturdy surface. That means you can't mount this bracket to things like drywall. You may find you need to create a suitable location to mount the bracket, such as mounting a 2x4, not included, between 2 studs or onto masonry using lag screws and concrete anchors. That hardware is not included, so you'll need to purchase it at your local Home Depot. With a secure area to mount the bracket, close the garage door. Grab a pencil, tape measure, level, and locate the exact center of the garage door by measuring the full width of the garage door. Mark the center, then draw a vertical line up through the center of the top portion of the garage door. You want to extend this line to the header wall, going at least a foot above the garage door or further if you can. Now stand on a ladder ladder while a friend slowly raises the garage door. You're looking for the highest point the garage door reaches as it's raised. This can vary, but it's generally 10 to 12 inches above the top of the door when it's closed. Use the high point to make a horizontal line that intersects the vertical line you just made. Now you'll want to make a second line about 2 inches above that horizontal line you just drew. This is where you'll mount the bottom of the bracket if you have a sectional or single panel garage door with tracks. If you have a single panel door without tracks, you'll want that second horizontal line to be about 8 inches above the high point you established. The position of the horizontal line determines the clearance between the top of the door and the rail assembly. If the height of your garage prohibits you from drawing the line as specified, draw it as far above the high point as possible. Install the header bracket by placing the flat side down with the bottom edge along your highest horizontal line. Make sure to center the bracket on the vertical line you drew and level the bracket. Mark the pilot holes, then use your drill and a 3/16 inch drill bit to mark your pilot holes. Then secure the bracket into place with lag screws and a socket wrench. Before you move on, measure from the top of the header bracket arms to the ceiling and record that measurement for your mounting straps later. Step 6. Attaching the rail assembly to the header bracket. After the header bracket is mounted, it's time to move the whole garage assembly into place. First, move the rail assembly so it is resting against the header bracket. If a door spring or other obstruction is in the way, have someone hold the garage door opener or help balance it on a raised support while you position the rail assembly. Next, line up the holes on the header bracket and the rail assembly. The front brace needs to be inside the header bracket. Slide the large clevis pin into place and secure it with the hitch pin provided. Rest the garage door opener on the ground using a towel or packaging material to protect it. Step 7. Mounting the power head to the ceiling. It is very important to mount the garage door opener to sound structural support on the ceiling. Also, keep in mind that if you are doing a new installation, the center brackets for mounting the power head are not included. They can be purchased at the Home Depot. The mounting straps are included in the packaging and will attach to most mounting bracket systems. Raise and rest the garage door opener on the ladder. Be sure not to rest it on the motion sensor. From here, you can lift the power head to approximate where the center brackets will go. Be sure to find a location that intersects or crosses joist. The placement of the power head as it relates to the center brackets and mounting straps will vary depending on how your garage ceiling was built. Once you've located a sturdy place for your center brackets, hold them in place so you can attach them to the joist above the garage. Make marks for the holes, then drill the pilot holes for mounting. Finally, secure your center brackets in place before you proceed to the next part of this step. Now that the center brackets are in place, you are ready to cut the mounting straps. Mark between holes on the mounting straps and cut to length. Warning: use caution when cutting the mounting straps. After your mounting straps are the correct length, grab 6 small washers, nuts, and bolts that are included, and attach the straps to the power head first, finger tight. You want the head of the bolt and washer on the outside of the center bracket and the nut on the inside. Then raise the power head. Make sure the power head is level. Install the mounting brackets to the center brackets in the ceiling. Now measure for the diagonal mounting straps. Cut to size, then install them into the same holes in the power head as before. Then attach to the center brackets and tighten all the nuts. If you need additional length for the mounting straps, you can purchase additional mounting straps at the Home Depot. Step 8. Attaching the emergency release rope. Make sure the garage door is closed. Never engage the emergency release rope while the garage door is open. Thread the rope through the hole in the trolley release lever. Adjust the length to approximately 6 feet above the garage floor, then tie a knot. Then put the warning tag on the rope. Step 9. Installing the door bracket. Next, find the center line you made earlier when you attached the mounting bracket for the rail assembly. Extend that line into the top portion of your garage door. It might be a good idea to go ahead and double check your measurements to make sure the header bracket is centered to the door bracket. Now center the mounting bracket to the center line just below the top of the door, or the same approximate height as a top roller on your garage door track. This positioning is the proper place to mount the bracket for sectional garage doors. If you have a single panel door, you should position the bracket at the top of the edge of the door along the center line. Or you can place the bracket on the front upper portion of the door if necessary. Mark the middle holes, then mount the bracket in place using the self-tapping screws. If you have a wooden door, you'll want to drill holes completely through the door and install the bracket using bolts and nuts. That hardware is not provided, but you can purchase everything you need at the Home Depot. Step 10. Connecting the door bracket to the outer trolley. Make sure your garage door is completely closed. Pull on the emergency release rope until you hear the clicking sound that lets you know it's disengaged from the inner trolley. Then slide the trolley down the rail towards the garage door. Now take your straight arm and attach it to the outer trolley by placing the small clevis pin through the hole at the end of the arm. Then secure the small clevis pin in place with the hitch pin provided. Please note, if you have a single panel door, you'll want to attach the curved arm to the trolley and the straight arm to the door. Keep that in mind as we walk through the next few steps. Now attach the curved arm to the garage door. Run the medium clevis pin through the hole in the curved end and attach it to the mounting bracket on the garage door. Then secure the arm in place with a hitch pin. Next, bring the straight arm and curved arm together and align them. The goal is to line up 2 sets of holes that are as far apart as possible. If you have trouble finding 2 holes that line up, detach the straight arm and remount it to the reverse position. After you've aligned 2 holes, install the larger bolts and nuts so the 2 arms are fastened together snugly. If the straight door arm hangs too low after assembly, you can always shorten the length of the arm by cutting off up to 6 inches. Step 11. Installing the safety sensors. Warning: do not operate the garage door opener unless the safety sensors are installed and working correctly. With the garage door closed, take the sensor brackets and hold them up to the stud to mark the pilot holes. Measure both sensors to the same height, between 4 and 6 inches off the floor, making sure the lenses point towards each other. Also, make sure the sensors do not face direct sunlight when the door is open, as this could affect their ability to function. Drill the pilot holes and mount the brackets. Mounting hardware is included for wooden studs. If you have to drill into metal, concrete, or brick, you'll need additional hardware that you can find at the Home Depot. Insert the sensor stud through the long slot in the bracket, then tighten it in place with a wing nut. Before you connect the wires to the power head, ensure that the garage door opener is unplugged. Run the wiring up the wall while hammering and securing it in place with insulated staples. You can continue to run the wires along the ceiling in the same fashion, or run them along the top of the rails using tape. Once they reach the terminals, cut off excess wire. Separate and strip the wires so you can twist the 2 gray wires together about 1/2 inch. Then twist the white wires together in the same fashion. Insert the gray wires into the right terminal marked G. Then insert the white wires into the left terminal marked W. Make sure they are secured in the terminals. Step 12. Installing the indoor keypad. Find the place you would like to install your keypad, at least 5 feet above the floor so that children cannot reach it. Take a flathead screwdriver and pop off the tabs to remove the back cover. Hold and level the back cover against the wall to mark for the screws. Make pilot holes to see if you hit a stud or need to use the drywall anchors. Mount the back cover to the wall using screws. Be sure to put batteries into the keypad before installing on the wall. No lights will illuminate from the keypad. Install the wires from the receiver into the garage door opener. The red striped wires go into the terminal marked R. The plain white wires go into the W terminal. Then, using the magnet, attach the receiver box to metal in the closest line of sight to the indoor keypad's mounting location. Press and hold the activation button on the receiver box for at least 3 seconds. It will then start blinking for 30 seconds. In that time, go back to the mounted indoor keypad and press the up/down button. The light on the receiver will stop blinking. Press it again and the keypad will signal that it has successfully paired. Press it a 3rd time and your garage door opener will start moving the door if the safety sensors are set up correctly. Operation section. Step 1. Connecting the garage door opener to a power supply. Locate your nearest 120-volt outlet and plug in the garage door opener. Be sure to find a place to secure any extra power cord so it does not dangle or contact moving parts. Open the battery cover on your garage door opener and connect your RYOBI 1+ battery, checking to see that it is fully seated. Close the battery door. The battery will charge any time the garage door opener has power. Step 2. Aligning the safety sensors. With the power connected to the garage door opener, make sure your safety sensors are aligned and working. If your safety sensors are aligned and wired correctly, the LED lights on both sensors should be on, 1 green and 1 red. If you need to reposition them, loosen the wing nuts and adjust. If your sensors look like they are aligned, but one or both of the lights are not on, refer to your manual's troubleshooting chart. Do not proceed until both lights are on. Step 3. Setting the door limits. A buzzer will sound and the console buttons will blink 7 times if you try to operate the opener before setting the limits, as damage can occur to the door or opener. Pull the emergency release rope down until it clicks. Then manually and gently open the garage door until the outer trolley hooks onto the inner trolley. Open the console door at the back of the power head. Press and hold the up button for 3 seconds. After you release the button, it will begin blinking and continue blinking until the travel limit has been set. Using the up button, position the door exactly where you want it to be in the open position. Then press the set button to store the open position travel limit. The up button will stop blinking. Now, hold the down button for 3 seconds. After you release it, it should start blinking and keep blinking until the travel limit is set. Hold the down button to close the garage door. Press the set button to lock in the travel limit. The down will stop blinking. If the safety sensors are triggered any time during this process, the travel limit info will be erased and you'll have to start over. Once the limits are completed, you must test the limits of your door. Now test the travel limits. Press up. The button will be lit solid while the door is in motion and turn off when the door is in position. Repeat the test with the down button. When complete, both buttons will turn off. If you'd like to reset the travel limit, you can clear and start over by holding the up button for 3 seconds. If the safety sensors are obstructed or become misaligned during the testing, a buzzer will sound twice, and the up and down buttons will blink 11 times. Step 4. Using the indoor keypad. To open or close the door, press the large up/down button. The lock button will unlock and lock the garage door so that it can only be controlled by using the indoor keypad, locking out the remote, the outdoor keypad, or your smartphone. The light button will turn the LED lights on and off. Step 5. The automatic reversal system. Testing the automatic reversal system is pretty easy and needs to happen once a month or when changing the door travel limits. All you'll need is a 1-foot 2x4 to make sure your system is working properly. First, press the up button on the indoor keypad to raise your garage door. Then, put your 2x4 on the floor in the path of the door so that it'll hit the board when it tries to close. Press the down button on the indoor keypad to close the door. If the garage door reverses its course after hitting the board, your system is working properly. If the door stops before it hits the board, or closes and stops on the board, you'll need to increase your travel limit for the close position and repeat the travel limit test. Do not operate the garage door opener unless the automatic reversal system is working correctly. If the system continues to fail, contact customer service or a qualified specialist at the Home Depot. RYOBI Customer Service, 1-877-205-5714. Step 6. Installing and using the outdoor keypad. Programming the outdoor keypad. Remove the sticker or tape and extend the RF antenna downward for an optimal signal to your car remotes and outdoor keypad. We suggest you program your outdoor keypad prior to installation. First, make sure your keypad has a 9-volt battery. To set your PIN number, press and hold the 1 button, then press the on/program button. The LEDs on your keypad will flash 2 times if done correctly. Now enter your 4-digit PIN number. The LED should flash 3 times to indicate the PIN has been accepted and that your keypad is ready to sync with the garage door opener. On the garage door opener control panel, hold down the Program button until the garage door opener's LEDs turn off and the Program button flashes 3 times. This means you're in programming mode. On the outdoor keypad, press the on/program button and enter your PIN. The Program button on the garage door opener's console should flash 3 times. Then, its LED lights will turn back on. Finally, press the 0 to verify that the door moves. Release 0 once it does, and you're done. To use your outdoor keypad, press the on/program button, then enter your PIN. If you ever want to change your PIN, you'll need to repeat all these steps again. Installing the outdoor keypad. For the best results, prior to mounting, be sure to test the outdoor keypad in the exact spot you desire it to be. If there is an issue, try adjusting the location and test again. Once the keypad is communicating properly, mount it in the desired location. Find the location you'd like to place the outdoor keypad, at least 5 feet off the ground, out of reach of children. Mark the wall, then drive in the screw, leaving just enough room for the head of the screw to fit in the screw slot on the back of the keypad. Slide the keypad into place. Take the battery out to expose a mounting hole. Level the keypad and drive a screw into that hole. Install the battery and replace the cover. Setting up a temporary PIN. To set up a temporary PIN, press and hold the 3 button. Then press the on/program button. The LEDs should flash 3 times. Enter your PIN. The LEDs should flash twice. Now enter the temporary PIN you'd like to use, and the LED will flash 3 times. That means your temporary PIN is ready to go. To use it, press on/program and enter it in. The temporary PIN will automatically be deleted the next time your regular PIN is entered. Step 7. Programming the remote controls. Remove the sticker or tape and extend the RF antenna downward for an optimal signal to your car remotes and outdoor keypad. The 1 and 2 buttons cannot be programmed to the same garage door. The safety sensors must be functioning properly for the remote to work. To set up your remote controls, press the Program button on the garage door opener's console. The LEDs should turn off, and the Program button should flash 3 times. Then press the 1 or 2 buttons on your remote. The remote should flash, then the Program button on the unit flashes 3 times. The unit's LEDs will turn back on, letting you know you're ready to give your remote a try. Press the Program button on the remote, and the garage door will open and close. Step 8. Installing accessories. For a DC accessory, select one of the accessory ports and remove the cover plate, and remember the number you've revealed. Insert the hooks in the top of the accessory port, then click it into place. Double check that the bottom of the latch on the accessory is secured to the port. To activate, deactivate, or adjust variable speeds on the accessory, press the corresponding number on the indoor keypad. For AC accessories, such as the cord reel, you'll need to remove 2 accessory port covers on either side with a power outlet. Insert the hooks into the top of the accessory ports, then click it down into place. Double check that the bottom latch on the accessory is secured to the port. If the garage door opener loses power, the battery backup will not power its accessories. Only the opener, safety sensors, and LED lights will receive power from the battery backup. For more information on RYOBI garage door openers and accessories, please visit us at ryobitools.com/GDO.